Tamil Nadu CM Stalin defends Dravidian model. What exactly is Dravidian model? Why the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu has to defend the Dravidian model? Why this particular news was recently reported in the various newspaper? To understand all those things, we'll have to understand the speech that was delivered by the Governor of Tamil Nadu, Mr. R.N. Ravi, in one of his public forum recently. And we know that the rift between the state of Tamil Nadu and the Governor of Tamil Nadu is not something new. And for some time, there has been some element of conflict between the Governor and the state government of Tamil Nadu, that is the elected government of Tamil Nadu. But recently, the Governor of Tamil Nadu has come out with a speech where he was vocal about criticizing the Dravidian model of development. In fact, the Governor has openly said that the Dravidian model is merely a political slogan and it is an outdated policy or a policy that has already expired. In fact, after such a comment was made by the Governor of Tamil Nadu, Mr. R.N. Ravi, various political parties and the leaders of the political parties has been very vocal about criticizing the action of Mr. R.N. Ravi. And in fact, some of the political leaders were surprised for a governor to come and make such a speech, because the governor under the Constitution of India is strictly to function as a neutral person, and it is not appropriate for a governor to come and make a political speech in the opinion of the critics. And in fact, when a question was asked to the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Mr. Stalin has sidelined the comments that has been made by the governor, but at the same time he said that we should not take up the comments which is made by the people who are in position not related to the people. That means the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu was trying to make it very clear the governor is merely a constitutional head and he has no relation to the people of this particular state. And as long as the people of this particular state are accepting this particular model of development, that is the Dravidian model, the governor has no business with regard to this particular model. And that is how I think he has answered to the question when it was asked about the comment that was made by the Governor of Tamil Nadu. So in this context, let us try to understand as to what exactly is this Dravidian model. In fact, one of the MPs in the state of Tamil Nadu has gone to an extent of saying, from the DMK party, extent of saying that what has become irrelevant in our country is not the Dravidian model, but what has become irrelevant is the office of the governor. So that means you can understand that the political parties has been very vocal in criticizing the comment that was made by the governor. In fact, the governor, this is not the first instance where he has been criticizing this particular model. In fact, a few months back during the budget session in the state legislature of Tamil Nadu, when the speech was delivered by the governor has selectively left out the portions in the speech where there was a reference to the Dravidian model. So there is something that the governor, it appears he is not very much interested, or he is not very much liking something about this particular Dravidian model. But however, let us try to understand as to what exactly is this Dravidian model in the words of the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Mr. Stalin. So before we understand, let us try to understand as to what is the genesis of this Dravidian model. To understand the genesis of this Dravidian model, you will have to understand the formation of the Justice Party in the state of Tamil Nadu. So the Justice Party was formed in the beginning of the 20th century in the erstwhile state of Tamil Nadu. The idea of this Justice Party is to ensure social equality among the people, because that was a time in 1917 and 1918 that there was a lot of social discrimination between the various sections of the people, especially by the forward community against the backward classes of the people. And to avoid this social discrimination, the Justice Party was formed. And then this subsequent to the formation of Justice Party, there was a movement which is called as the self-respect movement, which was spearheaded by one of the leaders in the state of Tamil Nadu, who is also popularly called as Periyar, or he is also called by his name, that E.V. Ramaswamy Nayakar. And these two movements almost had a similar ideology, and in fact, the self-respect movement is to protect the human rights of all the citizens or all the individuals in the state, irrespective of the caste that they belong to. And because of the similar ideology, so both these parties, or both Justice Party and the self-respect movement, merged, and in 1944 they formed what is called as Dravidar Kalagam. So Dravidar Kalagam was formed in 1944, and that sowed the seed for what is called as this Dravidian model. So what exactly is this Dravidian model? And before we understand the Dravidian model, we'll also see that how this particular model was spearheaded by Periyar, and from Periyar it has been spearheaded by the subsequent leaders including Arinyar Anna, and then from Arinyar Anna to the next chief ministers like Dr. MGR and Kalaignar Karunanidhi, and now by his son Mr. Stalin, who is the present chief minister of Tamil Nadu. So in the words of Chief Minister Stalin, what exactly is the Dravidian model? So in his words, when he was making a speech recently, he explained as to what is this Dravidian model of development. In his words, this model would ensure and it would give utmost importance to the idea of social justice and equality in the society. And in fact, he said that Tamil Nadu is one of the states which is giving almost 69% reservation, both in educational institutions and also in the public employment. And the reason being that they give utmost importance to the idea of social justice and ensuring equality in the society. By social justice, it meant that a redistribution of wealth and the opportunities and the privileges in the society so that everybody have access to all those things. If certain sections of the people are not having access, then that would not amount to what is called as social justice. So it is a responsibility of the state to take care, and thereby you also promote equality in the society. So this model is giving high importance to social justice, equality, and also women empowerment. In fact, the chief minister was saying that a lot of schemes has been launched by his government, especially the free bus, free public transport for the women, and a certain amount of pensions for the women. So these are all part of the women empowerment in addition to the already existing schemes in the state of Tamil Nadu. And then his model is strictly believing in the idea of what is called as inclusive development. That is education for all, health, good public health system, human resource development, skill development for the people, so that the benefits of development reaches all the sections of the society. So that is exactly what is called as inclusive development. In addition to this, whatever we have seen, this model also strictly believes in what is called as the autonomy of the states. Although India is a federal political system, the Dravidian model is also very vocal about giving more autonomy to the states. In fact, the committees that has been appointed earlier also by the Tamil Nadu government have been very vocal against the All India services. In fact, they are of the opinion the All India services goes against the federal political system, and hence the All India services should be scrapped. And they are also very vocal about giving more financial autonomy to the states and more power to the state legislature to make laws. So they are very much vocal about the autonomy of the states. That is very much inherent with the Dravidian ideology or the Dravidian model. And despite all these things, the Dravidian model has its own criticism as well. So one of the element of criticism according to the critics is this Dravidian ideology is also going against the unity and integrity of this particular nation, because it is also true that there was some element of forces that wanted the state of Tamil Nadu to become a separate country, and there's an idea that the Tamil Nadu is only for the Tamilians and only for the Tamil community or the Tamil people. So thereby an element of secessionist tendency was there as a part of this particular ideology. That is a criticism of this particular ideology. But otherwise, in the words of Chief Minister Stalin, that this model is a very good model for development, not only in the state of Tamil Nadu, but this model can also be used in the other states. And in fact, he summarized this Dravidian model of development as a model which focuses upon the idea of peace, progress, and the prosperity in the society. Now, such topics can be very important for your interview or the personality test, for especially students coming from the southern part of India, and also specifically students coming from the state of Tamil Nadu. So whenever such news comes, probably the interview board might ask you as to what do you understand by the Dravidian model, what is the criticism of this particular model, do you agree that the Dravidian model is a good model of development? So you should be able to form certain opinions, and probably you can use these kind of ideas while writing the essay paper as well. That's the reason why I have put this particular video. So just probably you might have a fair idea as to what this particular model is about and what are the possible criticism of this particular model. I hope this video is informative to the students. If you want the PDF of this particular video, you can download that from my Telegram channel, Babu Gunasekaran 337. All the very best. Thank you very much. God bless.